when we were first beginning, it would be in the mid-1980s. Clayton Richardson had been talking to Outlet, some Mennonite friends, and they heard about what the Mennonites were doing at Linden. Clayton loaded up his semi, and I had a tandem, and that was I think that's the first 2 loads that was delivered from our area, and I think it might have been even the first for the Baptist Union, but I'm not sure of that. And that very grain was cleaned and bagged and shipped, and as well as it was followed up. The Mennonites were doing an exceptionally good job. And I think even the government recognized that. The government recognized that this was something that was really solid and followed up and was getting to the destination where it was intended. And that's important to all of us.
Susan and I had the privilege of going over to Rwanda and Kenya and to visit CBM sites and people and projects and see what we've been doing over there. So that's been a huge motivator for me, as I've recognized that there's faces and names attached to hunger and that actually you can make a difference. And the idea that we're just sending food over and we're trying to feed all of Africa, that's not what's happening. You know, HIV is a huge deal, and we've got orphans because of it. And now that's a demographic that's highly at risk. And so we're targeting specific groups in those populations. When things go bad, we're trying to, who is most needing help. We've had so many different looks over the years. In the early days, we were trying to do everything ourselves, and you worked very hard at raising the cash and trying to make sure you could make it sustainable. But it was a challenge, and now where we are today, we have partnering churches in urban centers. We've got Lorne Park in Mississauga has written our rent check. Westview Baptist in Calgary picked up the fertilizer bill last year. We've got partners from afar now seeing that this is their project as well, and that synergy between providing what we can has brought a great strength and sustainability of the project. One of the just encouraging moments of grow projects in the Canadian Foodgrains Bank is the multiplication of effort. You try and pass an offering plate and raise $5,000, and sometimes that's a challenge. And this grow project, when you look at the cumulative effort of last year's $600,000, it's like, how is that accomplished? But there's a multiplication as partners and what they're doing, bringing all the value that they're bringing. People are harvesting, they're not charging us. People are trucking, they're not charging us. And each one of those little donations adds up. And then you have the multiplication of it all together with the Canadian International Development Agency taking $1 and adding $4 to matching our gift. Well, it's just wild. We have this unique distinction as Canadian Foodgrains Bank and the partners at a 4-to-1. It's an incredible trust by the Canadian people to give us this and our government.
Well, it comes down to compassion. And let's not lose compassion. We have to think about our fellow men. A lot of farmers in our area, we are from a dry farming area, and we weren't plentiful with cash, but this was an opportunity to give from the heart.
Foodgrains, one of their very basic points is that it's a Christian response to hunger. People are making choices to be involved as a response. And their response is, as they hold faith and a worldview, what's an appropriate response when we see people who are starving. And so, yes, it's a huge part of who we are, is that we are faith-based, that our love for Jesus and our commitment to the Lord Jesus Christ and how to respond appropriately is, we need to do something about this.
When we have abilities and we do the planting and the seed, and it's in the Lord's hands too. We only do a portion of it, and the Lord sends the rain and the sun and all that. That's how I look farming too. We can do our part, but the Lord does a lot more. and he's part of this too. I just hope it continues on, and I have faith that it will, and I know there's blessings from it.
The project here in central Alberta has been a blessing to many, and there's many people that have contributed to it in many different ways. And we're talking about our urban partners, but it's not lost on me that this is something that could be replicated in other places, and so we've had a heart to see that replicated. Western Canada has many rural churches that could be doing this kind of ministry, and this year it's been encouraging to hear that Moosomin, Saskatchewan, has a project underway for this spring. Incredible. We're just excited about that, and so way to go, Moosomin, and taking up the torch. We're praying for you guys, and we hope to find a way to support you guys as you step out in your first year. And for the other communities that are looking for a way to make an impact in this culture, in this world, well, I want to encourage you that it's doable. It's not rocket science to do what we're doing. It's just taking normal people. We just have normal skills, and we just have a heart to make it work. And so we want to encourage you to consider what you could do for the hungry.